And can you hear me now and I should sound proper? Is that right? Can you hear me now and I should sound proper? Is that right? Can you hear me now and I should sound proper? Is that right? Can you hear me now and I should sound proper? Is that right? How about now? No echo, hopefully. No echo. Good. Who is who? Who is who here? Who have we got? Yeah, only left D. I'm going to sort that out right now. There we go. I had to make it mono on the settings. You do that for your microphone. Yeah, I can see. I know you're Robosh. And I know who Nix is. Who else have we got? GMD. Hello. I don't know you yet. Well, I might do. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, GMD Schnarf. So people can hear me on Twitch, which is the only downside of this. I need to work out how to mute Twitch or microphone for Twitch. But I suppose it doesn't matter because it's a different stream. I ain't seeing anything. Right, so there's things on the desk. I should turn them around so. Things. Thanks to you guys in chat. Budsy, hello. Oh, how's it going? That belongs with that. And I've built one of these before. I love this little kit. So we're going to quickly go through this first and why I've got one again. Ah, there we go. Welcome in. So yeah, this is the tractor that I've done. It's such a basic kit, but I love it. And if you do it properly, you can get really good results. You get a nice old instruction book, fairly detailed. It's pretty good. This must be their catalogue, is it? Don't need that. Maybe go in the bin. Yeah, this is all you get. You get a tiny little decal sheet, some tyres on a rubber sprue, and you get Pretty much 2 sprues, and that's it. 2 sprues. 2 big sprues. It's good fun. This one, however, we're going to do slightly different. It's going to be... Although my last one was weathered, like one you'd find in a barn, this one, when we get around to doing it, is going to be a bit of a wreck. We're not going to have the bonnet cowl isn't going to be on. And I think I'm going to do it in a slightly, well, in a different colour scheme for one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting cracking on that at some point. Because whether it's this window or whether it's in the spring, the next group build is going to be farmyardy, factory related. And it's not a very expensive kit. And there's not a lot to it. It goes together really well. So that's the tractor. I had to move my camera and stuff around as well. Get this all working. Like you see, I've got my... It looks like I've got red eyes. Doesn't it? Why have I got red eyes? What's that all about? What is even reflecting off my glasses? Never mind. But that should go in the box really, because I'll lose it. It must be something red. It might be the pink off that light that's... Where was that? Yeah, it's pink of the one you can't see. So this is what we're doing on the YouTubes. I like trains. Well, I like old trains. I don't like new trains. New trains are rubbish. This is a German train. World War II. And the thought process behind this was, I need something to work on, model-wise, that isn't Warhammer related, that I haven't started yet, something fresh in my mind, that I want to build more or less out of the box, with a very simple paint scheme, black, and I can spend a lot of time just weathering it and doing the good shit. So this black train was a good idea. Now this is a World War II German train, so on the back of here, we're actually going to put a flak gun on the back. We'll get to that at some point. We'll probably look at this first actually. So everything's in 1/35 scale. I'm going to have colour callouts. We'll obviously be doing it like this, I think, in greys. How's the connection going? Is it going alright? I don't think I've dropped anything, really. I've dropped a couple, but that one must have been when I was getting sorted out. We'll see how the instructions look. Basic. Hopefully they're not too bad. You can't see anything really. Let me make it darker. So there's a few sheets of photo etch, actually 3 sheets of photo etch. This is the sort of thing I don't understand. Why are we asking us to cut parts? We'll have to look into it at some point. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. There's definitely some photo etch bending going on. That'll be alright. And that's it, we're not doing this section. We don't need a trailer. Yeah, you can read it. Well, majority of it. That's that one. Let's have a look at the little bits and bobs then. So we've got some decals, you can't read those. You're hard pressed to. So we've got some A little bit of felt etch there, and these must be the panels for the gun. Some boxes, some braces. How many bits have we got? Guns, mountings. That's the floor. Is it 2 floors? Oh no, that goes on top of that. We don't need the wheels. Means we probably don't need any of that. What's going on the thingy? Need to check actually like the links working on Twitch. Moose. Right. I see. Right, so here we go then. Let's see what's in this big old box. Oh, there's schemes. We could do it like that, but no, too fancy. I want it dingy and dark and weathered. Is there another scheme on the other side? There is, there's that one. We're not doing that either. That's also too fancy. Oh, there's bits. Oh, here's the colour schemes. So we're going to do something similar to this one. However, all this undercarriage is also going to be black. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I don't know whether I want to put the smoke deflectors on yet or not. Luke, hello there. Welcome in. How you doing? Nothing on the back. I'll go over there as well. I've been doing that for a long time. And that is a book. That is most definitely a book. This is interesting. This is the pipe work which goes down here on the thingy. Now this is all vinyl. What is that? Glue or twine or something? This is all vinyl. And apparently it's rubbish. This is the worst part of the kit. We're going to open it. So these pipes are supposed to be like copper tubes that go down from the top of the boiler and stuff. We're doing alright, thank you. Yeah, we're remembering how YouTube does streaming. Because we haven't done it for a long time. That isn't that bad. So yeah, you can tell that this is going to be a pain in the ass. See how it's all just floppy? What I think I'm going to do? The arms on the box. So we don't need this bit. This is just a key. There's 2 little tiny bits here. We'll definitely use those because they're just tiny little bits of pipe. But all this, I think what I'm going to do is use solder. And measure it out. So if I measure each of these lengths out, but what we will do is we'll take this and we'll take it out of here. This is just rubbish. So we don't necessarily need this. We have the diagram. And it's 100% the same size, so we can just lay it out on here. Reference any bends. Like here, there's a load of bends, look. See them? We'll put those in here as well. And for the little like wrap bits, I have a load of spare photo etch, just blank photo etch, and I'll just make some little tie wraps. I'll get a tiny little strip of brass, and I'll just bend it into like a rectangle, and we'll just wrap it around the thingies when we get to there, because that's rubbish. It also won't take glue very well, I don't think. And these aren't too bad to do. There's one there, a little rectangle, and then down here is a tiny, tiny wrap. Could even use some wire for that, like a little bit of thing. There's a big one there. There's another one there. So yeah, I reckon we can do that in solder. Just gonna go over there. Get lost. Put on instructions at the top. What's in here? Glass and looks like photo etch in here. Glass, decals, and a little bit of photo etch. So yeah, this is what I can do. I can just basically put all this side off here, this strip of nothing, and then I can cut the bits I need. I need to remember the best way of cutting it. I'm gonna have some snips. Let's see. We don't need that. That gives us an idea of how big the frame is. It's quite a size. These numbered A, C. There. Check for damage while we're looking through. Should be fine though. There, carefully. What we got here? More frame detail. That's for the tender. That's the coal. I'm going to take it, that is fish. That's a boiler. How you doing? That must be the base of the tender. Yeah, that must be the base of the tender. Surely it is. Gonna add in tracks. Why do you go bed at 2? What's going on? So I'm not sure we'll be using the road bed, which is in this box. It's a bit shitty. Oh yeah. That's had a bit of distress. What's going on? Yeah, this is the road bed. It looks like that. I'm not using that. But these parts will go together. But as you can see, once they glue together, there's going to be horrible seams. So what I can do is I can use the rails. Sounds like you get a bonus for doing that. So yeah, we'll basically just get a bit of wood that's the size I need it, with a nice edge on it, all the way around, and we'll put the rails on. We've got a bit of cork, and then I'll get some ballast, and we'll just ballast it properly like it should be. There no good. Don't like that. I don't like them at all. In the video. Here's a question for you, Fish. Have you heard of anybody getting dispatch notifications from Element Games today? Also, you come back into focus. Thank you. But I cancelled my order with them. Even if I wasn't going to get it tomorrow, I was just like, I was done with Element Games. Yeah, that part's come off the sprue. Should be alright. Work out where it is. It's another one here. You've got yours, as in they've sent it out. So there's photo etch sets to replace these boards. I don't think we'll need them. I have not got any dispatch notes from Goblin. I didn't expect to get any, to be honest. These are the smoke deflectors, so you can get photo etch ones of these, which aren't this shape. They're like nice, slim, round ones. I've got no time to be building it from Behave. No time to be building it anytime soon anyway. Hey Paul. That's alright. it might. It might indeed. And everything looks okay. Let's see where we begin then. Let's put these pieces in here. Before I tie the box on the floor, we'll work out exactly what we need to be beginning with.
It's a matter of harnessing the energy of light.
This is the beast.
I know that sounds crazy to you.
It says, do the rail bed. Now, it might make sense to put the rail bed together, or the road, I should say, just so I have something to stand. No, I don't need that. It's going to be flat, isn't it? I don't need that. Ignore that.
What Einstein actually was that nothing can accelerate to the speed of light because its mass.
This is where we begin then, with the chassis. So we're going to need sprues A. I'm just looking at all the letters, like A, Q, A, M. Oh look, what's this? Globe, are these options? Or is these, no. I know what it is, look. So one of the buffers is flat, the other buffer has an outward bit. Look, globe, flat. That's all that is. These are G's. They're all G, they're G, F. So A, M, F, and G. And live yonder. I found my other cutting mat as well. When I was tidying all these shelves out, I found my cutting mat. My other ones, I have two on the desk.
Why did you want to come to our planet?
A, M, F, and G, wasn't it? A, M, F, and G. Either one of those is something or other. I can't even see. J. Don't need that one. Remember my stuff.
Early stage of evolution.
A.
Future uncertain.
Well, we know where A is. Let's get that out. A little bit of stress on there. Spotted. You know what? I might just take them all out of the bags at this rate. Makes sense, wouldn't it? Then I can see what we've got. You'll have to put a post in Discord, Paul, about your experiences with the old E models. So we need that one, that's A. We take them out. Because we can just check them back, can't we then? Let's see, we don't need C. Bags everywhere. You're right. You are right. There's a hole there. Are those injector points? Or are those sprue points? We'll have to wait and see for those. When we get there, we don't need either of those. B. We had the, how many steps? Well, it's a book. It is a book. I'm just going to get organised first. That's a flat sprue. That's to go on that one. You. Keep you in the bag. You don't need that till later. And let's see letters. E. D. Is it? I could probably fix that. I mean, ideally, I'd be able to mute the Twitch one. I haven't worked out how to do that yet. But there should be no content on the Twitch one. It should just pretty much just be that, because there is an ultra low latency mode. We're on low latency mode. I don't know whether I can change it on the fly. Please use a keyframe thingy. Hang on then, open widget. Can I fix this? Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently keyframes are not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. The current keyframe frequency is 8.3. Well, where the f do we change that? Where do we change that? Yeah, so I'd have to stop it to put it on ultra low latency. We'll do that next time. That's pretty much why. That's why I'm here. Financial reason. No. Oh, too, hello there. Build a hello. Because no one gives a fuck about scale models on Twitch. No one. No one cares. I'll do a scale model stream and we'll get maybe 5 or 6 people watching. And if those 5 or 6 people watch, the people that come in and then leave again when they see what we're working on, they go, oh, well, he just does scale model stuff. I'm not going to bother coming back. So your next stream you do of Warhammer is less. That's pretty much it. G. I said G, didn't I? There's 2 G's. They must be the same. What did I say? I can't even remember. We'll start off with A. That was roadbed, and then we had wheels first. Yeah, I'm going to put all this. Oh, not one. I can gain access to it. It's the problem. Like you think, oh, it's all pretty much the same thing. Look at this, I found my old scabby board thing. So yeah, I think we're let's have a look. Clippers. We'll also need, we won't need tweezers today, he says. Knife. Sanding pads. And just in case, we have a big sanding pad. I'm just going to try and keep organised. Cue 10 seconds later, everything must be everywhere in a mess. You're right, Builders. That's the way it is. Does anyone know if orange is easy to paint? So the difficulty in painting colours all boils down to two things. There's the actual physical paint itself, is the one issue. The second issue is not just the colour, but how wide the gamut of that colour is. For example, a quick example is, that's a blue paint. You look at it and you go, that's blue. That's a blue paint. And that's a blue paint. How many shades do you reckon you could get from that to that? Loads. So if that's there and that's there, mid blue, and that's there your dark blue, you've got a massive range of colours. What have you got when it comes to orange? I've got 2 oranges there. Slight tonal difference. And a paler orange. Is that still orange? I suppose so. That's your range of oranges. You don't, if you go anything darker than that, you get red. If you go anything paler than this, you're going to get like skin colours and stuff. Or yellows, if you go full saturation. So yeah, that's your oranges. So that would be somewhere, turn that round. That would be like here-ish. In the value range. No, there is still a source wheel. I think I have a button for it. Oh no, I haven't got a button for it. I haven't got a button for the source wheel. So your reds, again, let's see if we've got any reds. Well, I'm just going to show you where reds are. Your reds are out here. Yeah. So your reds are here. Your yellows are like here-ish. So if you want to get like a nice dark to light differentiation in contrast between different colours, yellows, oranges, reds, browns, they all live within the same colour space. Whereas your blues, you have much more. Purples, imagine this is a purple track here, these blues are purples. Your purples would be like this. You have that many shades. And if you want to go for greens, your greens are a little bit less. But yeah, oranges, yellows, reds, browns all live within that same thing. So that's one of the, not technical reasons, but one of the theoretical reasons why people find they struggle painting yellows and reds and oranges. Because if you go too far one way, it turns into another colour. But technically, a lot of oranges, yellows and reds, not as bad. They can be quite thin, so you need to make sure that you have a paler undercoat. If you're trying to paint any of those colours over a dark, then you're just going to have bad times. Aye, but you don't get any of that till you have 1,000 subs, do you, Builder? I don't think. Like the only monetization I have is on at the moment is that. No subs or anything. Hot orange and orange fire. Best thing to do, try this, Luke. On a piece of paper, draw a rectangle. Get however big, it doesn't need to be that big, it could be small. And you got white in one side, then you want to get a medium grey. Paint a little bit of medium grey in the middle of it. Paint some black in the end of it. Yeah, and this is good for working out what your paint operates like. So you've got a little rectangle, you're going to paint the middle of it grey, the end of it black, and leave one side white. Then you can take your colours, your orange, and you can draw a line across all three chips. And you get to see how the colour looks over those colours. How translucent it is, or how opaque it is. And that'll give you an idea of what you need to base it on. Whether you need to go on white, or whether you need to go on like a more of a warm colour, or what. That's one of the ways you can go about doing it. Right then, let's go cutting some plastic out. We need 29 and 30. So these bits here, they look like some sort of piston body. Rough cuts. Any others while we're here? Well, I suppose we need to find where Q is. That looks like a coupler. It is a coupler. A13 and 14. There they are here, these two bits. Nice and easy to find. There are companies that are starting to produce paint cards now. So a paint card, it's like a deck. And what you're supposed to do is you paint or you spray your paint on these cards, and they have different colours underneath them so you can see what your paint looks like. And then rather than going, I wonder whether this blue works, you'll look at your thing of cards and you'll go, I have intermediate blue because I've written it on and it looks like this, this or this. It can be handy. Weird sprue Q. I wouldn't do orange over grey, it's probably going to look a bit shit. You want to do white. If you're spraying it and it's splattering, it's probably because it's not thin enough. Oh, we have a broken bit of sprue here. A broken bit of so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to fix it on the sprue. Because it's plastic, I can use a plastic glue. Here, look at this. So without cutting it off, I can tease it back into shape. Put a bit of plastic glue on there. And then put this somewhere to harden. Could use super glue, but I think the way it's positioned, we can get away with this. Oh, this for a little bit, just till it does its thing. What's everyone else up to tonight then? We can do a manual spin wheel. All I need is 12 different colours. But we've got to get to that point, yeah, haven't we? Probably have 12 different blues, and I can just do them in batches. I think there's actually one or two of the hot sauces downstairs. After earlier this week, well, last week, I should say, last Saturday, I don't expect anyone to have any money to chuck away, so I'm not worried. That's looking alright. We're just going to leave it a little bit longer before I let go. So yeah, just this little bit here was the problem. Let's see. Yeah, happy with that. I'm going to leave that one just here for now. That's sprue D. I don't think we need D, do we? We need G in it. And Q. Which is, this is Q. And the part I need is that. Yeah, these smoke detectors are actually alright. They have wood effect on them. We might just use these, you know, rather than going for the photo etchy ones. There's a couple of little bits that need tidying up. A bit of flash here as well. What's on this corner? Not too much of a problem. These look like chassis braces. Do you know, here's the thing, right? Has anyone noticed that sometimes in life you'll notice people using a word and then you see that word all the time? Well, this week I saw somebody mentioning the word chassis, but they had spelled it CH. No, they spelled it SHASSY. As in chassis, rather than how it's properly spelled. Now, I noticed this from two different people had spelt it the same way. And I'm like, what? No, they'd already edited their post to fix spelling mistakes. I'm like, chassis? No. It's not it. F and G. Struggling to find bits. The one downside that I have in my newly done layout is somewhere to put all the sprues. I don't know where it is. Somebody spelled chassis, it's in like a car chassis. SHASSY. They look the same, so that's all F. This is M. M. F, F, M, M. We don't want any M's. We do want M's. Getting started is going to be the hardest part. Until I get a method of dealing with all the sprues and parts. Make two of these, 12, 13 and 25. That's F. Close, Nick, but not quite. This is F. There's nowhere near as many sprues as when we did Optimus Prime. Nowhere near. But the organisational issues are quite reminiscent. 12, 13, 25. 13, 12, so it's all those. 25 there, there'll be 25 on the other sprue as well. So let's get 12s and 13s out. There's 13. There's 12. Here's 25. What were you two? You were on the page, weren't you? So we need 12 and 13 again, 24. Twelve. was going to change the music tonight, being different on YouTube, but then it would be going on Twitch as well. I haven't worked that out. That's 24. That can go over here nicely. Oh, it's a big one. Did you not see this through? Hold up. So boiler and also boiler. So that goes on the end of there. It's a big one. 13. 13 is going there. 13. 12. 12. 24. You go there. And 25. You go here. Hilda, I got some. Where's there? I got some flack. Flack 38. Right, so we got those bits, we got those bits. That bit's for over here. For that and that. Those bits are over there. We need 7 and 8 on the A sprue. This is the A sprue. And we need these, the big old rails as well. 7 and 8. So that is here and here. A1. Oh, there's loads of bits in here we didn't even look at. A1, where are you? We were doing the sub-assemblies and didn't even look at these bits. Yeah, she's big. And here. Go this way. I think we should start doing these little sub-assemblies now. No, do you know the money we got from the anniversary stream? This was the goal for that. I'm still waiting on 1 or 2 addresses, and then I can get posting. I've got all the posting material. Yeah, there's a bit of cleanup. There's not a huge amount of flash, but there is some. There is some. Just a tiny bit in here. Nice new blade on this. Work out whether we glue first or we tidy up first. Not get a bit stuck. Does that bit exist? That bit stays. There's a little bit of cleanup to do on the inside. Too bad. So I'm aiming to get at least this page done today. The original plan was to do a couple of streams on YouTube. Maybe not. We'll just keep it to one for now, and we'll build up if we feel we're doing all right. Yeah, we've definitely got a bit of a delay going on. Next week, I'll make sure we have it on ultra low latency. There's just a little bit of a thing there, stopping that from seating nicely. There we go. We'll need to get some clamps up for this. Here's a question for the people in here. What do we feel about the, although the top of my head's missing, what do we feel about the minimal UI as opposed to the full-blown UI? There's a question. That one hasn't got a foot. That one hasn't got feet. That one has got feet. Hopefully Gosu's getting his eyes sorted today. He's got a space lot here. Because the other one's fancy and I really like the other one. But I sometimes think it is just too much. Because there's no doubt the other UI helped bring people in. Because it was fancy. This part, I don't even know what part this is. I've just picked it up. I didn't look. A8. Skipped ahead. You get these things, you've got to be really careful. These are far too rough. Could do some toast racks, that's a good thinking. These are far too rough for modern work. This one here, you can sort of get away with. This side, the medium, step 4, 3, whatever it is. And these are just a waste of time, these ones. That's not too bad. I have some 120. that I use for adding fake wood texture. A good hobby knife to pick up. I use one of these metal Swan Morton scalpel holders, number 3. Mine's covered in milliput. So yeah, you can get X-Acto knives, but they're usually round and they'll roll off the table and stab you in the feet. Scalpel blades, I use a 10A. There are different angles and shapes that you can get, but they all fit on one of these. And you can get like a little blue box. It's on my other desk, my blue box, which helps you dispose of your old scalpel blades. To resize the droid heads, resize to the recommended size. The head part was too small. Boo! So yeah, I recommend these. You can get a shitload of scalpel blades for cheap off Amazon. Just you use more blades than you think you're going to use. As soon as it starts to not do its job, stick a new blade on. Yeah, Swan Morton number 3 handle. It's a nice size. It's not round and roll off. I've heard 11 blades are quite handy, but I use 10As. You can choke up quite high up on them. See this little divot on the actual blade here? So you can choke up on them quite nicely if you need to. Best for filling in gaps in models. Yeah, there is. If you can get hold of it. I recommend getting some Tamiya Putty Basic type. On this, not too many I don't think. We're going to build it all, spray it all black, and then shade it different shades of black. So the good thing about Tamiya Putty is it doesn't shrink a lot. It's quick drying, and you can thin it with either lacquer thinner or your Tamiya extra thin. I swear by it. Don't go for the acrylic Vallejo stuff. The Vallejo plastic putty is shit. It fills gaps. You cannot sand it. That's the big problem with it. It'll fill gaps. It has a nice thin nose on it, the Vallejo one, but you can't sand it. It will just peel off. This stuff bonds. Don't go for it. It's shit. Paulie, don't do it. Trust me. Get this stuff. You can thin it with your glue. It's the right stuff. I've used loads of different types. This is the best. It's good at filling the hole, but you can't sand it. And you may need to sand after you've filled. And then there's a problem. This stuff. Trust me, that stuff is what you want. The other thing I would say is you can get Mr. Surfacer in 500, which has a bit of grit. So if you need to do any sort of cast texture work, or if you want to do any sort of there is a special putty for doing grip surfaces. Yeah, fine. It's the good shit. Sprue goo is okay, but again, it'll fill a gap, it will shrink, but it will affect the plastic it goes on, and you can't use that on resin. But yeah, we'll probably be using this stuff during this build. I don't even know where my... Oh, it's here. It's actually staring right at me. Come here. Get out of the bloody thing. This is the Vallejo stuff. It's shit. I've used a lot of it. I've used a lot of it and being really annoyed that it doesn't do what I want. And then I got the plastic putty, this stuff here, the basic putty, and then this never ever got used ever again. It's basically like a marble dust within an acrylic paint is basically what it is, an acrylic paste. Do not recommend. There's been a flash on here we'll clean up. I think that's actually an inset piece. Yeah. Oh yeah? Who are they arrested now? Is it an adult or is it another kid? Yeah, a little flash. There's a line here, you're going to get rid of that. It's not visible on the diagram. I did think that that job was a pretty decent job for a 16-year-old kid. I'm looking at this part here and I don't know whether that's flat or what's going on with that. I can't tell. What I can tell is that it ain't flat. I need to work out where that goes. It goes down here, so that bit would go on there. There's a hole there. And I suppose that would be flat, but it isn't. How do? That's Heinrich's in the chat. I think we're going to glue this on and then we'll sand it. That's going to be the plan, because then I can get all that nice and flat. First of all, so there's a couple of little lines in here, just to make sure that they're not getting in the way. It will do at some point. At the moment, we're just trying to line up a box, getting a feel for the kit. I don't think it's the most modern of kits. It's one of the downsides about doing certain models. They can be quite old kits. Not everything's like a brand new Primera Space Marine to build. Need something on the edge of my table, it's quite sharp. The thumb has broken off, right, so that'll be resin, so you'll need super glue. Well, that botch didn't go according to plan. Good job. There's no clipping involved on the old YouTube. Now, I've been in this situation before. This might be a bit more difficult. It might just live in there. It might have a new home. Oh, got it. The end of me glue. Stick. Well, I'm getting a bit annoyed with this. Now, I'm not going to recommend what I do now all the time or for everything, because it definitely doesn't work for everything. If you have any thick glue, don't do this. Thick glue, you'll just gum your brush up. But you can use extra thin with a brush. I'm using a Rosemary & Co. Mine are hobby tweezers. You get them on Amazon. You get a pack of a load of them. Right, sit there. Let's clean these bits up. You can sit in there. I don't use that for painting. Yeah, so I got like, I think there's about 6 or 7 in the packet. These are Acro, but they're just rebranded, whatever they are. You will stab yourself all the time with them, they're very sharp. The amount of times I've stabbed myself with those tweezers. It's ridiculous. It does feel weird to be streaming on YouTube. Say that. The only downside is if you ever get a raid after much time work out. So what do we got here then? 3 bits. This bit's to go in the middle. They come in different shapes as well. Here's another one. I think it's, well, you see the shoulders are different. You see? I don't know where hardly any of the others are. They go lost, they go missing. Bit of a seam, it's not too bad though. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. It actually might be detailed that's in there. There's like 4 layers. I doubt it though. It's not, because that's not fully lined up. Oh, there's horrible marks underneath. Like I said, it was mostly the principle of the thing when I got to my situation, because I was 4th on the list. But the list don't mean now if you ain't got stock. I'm not worried if I don't get it tomorrow, because I'm not going to get it tomorrow. The tweezers, yeah. So the cheaper they are, the softer the metal will be. I'll often, with my tweezers, you've got to look to see how the points mesh. That's the thing about tweezers. Because they're that fine and the metal is soft, I'll end up going like this and just like re-pointing them so they work as tweezers. This, in fact, that one's done too much. Otherwise, they can't pick anything up. They're not expensive. So there's some ejector pin marks on here, which are pretty ugly, but because it's going to be literally on the bottom of the train and hidden by everything else, I don't think I care. It all depends. You get that many, and you can bend them back into use, and you're not doing any heavy work with them, because you can get like Tamiya tweezers, and they're really expensive, but they'll probably last. But then I've had these for years. I didn't pay 15 quid for one pair. I reckon that's okay. We'll make sure that bit's down. So this bit, like that, you go in, up. There's pins on both sides, so we want to make sure which is the top and bottom. That's the top, so we want the nasty side. Want it down, back up there. We're not gluing that middle section, I don't think. That goes that way. That's really loose, is that touching in the middle? I don't know. Okay, want to hold it again, and we're going to do the same job we did last time. Make sure it's lined up. Hold it still. Squeeze some glue in. How much are they like the ones I've got? Just look for like metal hobby tweezers. These say Acro on them. Metal hobby tweezer set. Or maybe for like electronics use, I don't know. Oh, there's some horrible flash in there. I need to get rid of that. I spotted it. I no way. These ejector marks, leaving them in. I don't care about those. There we go, that box done. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. That box is glued. That other bit, which I've now kicked around the table somewhere and can't see, is here. This will get a bit of sanding on, just a little bit though. As this goes there, so it's not too visually important. Just feeling our way into this kit nice and slow, not rushing into it. Do a nice job, but we're not killing ourselves, because the good thing about this kit is because it's so it's going to be a big, large thing. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. £5 for 7. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. There we go. So yeah, because it's going to be such a big, imposing thing when it's done. They're good. They're good. I just wish they sold these ones, the green ones, separately. Because I use so much of those green ones. You'll work it out. You always start with, like, it's the brown one. The green one's really good for plastic. But using the full set, you can go from rough cleanup using the green, all the way to a mirror finish if you go through every single one. But you don't really need to. Depends what you're working. It all depends what you're working. Yeah, micro mesh are good. You're not going to be starting at like 400 grit, you're going to be starting at 1000. Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. Roughest to smoothest. I don't often use the really smooth ones for this sort of thing. But if I was doing, let's say, a model car and wanted to get a really nice shine, I could go through all the different grits and get a mirror finish. Seems like it's about right. I've got a bit of glue at the centre. Just to make sure. This is one of the flat buffers. For these, you'll notice I'm just using the green. In a little bit, find out where it's needing just a little tiny bit, and we're sorted. How's baby life going? That one's okay as well. There's a weird like little nub there, and I don't know whether it's a nubbin. I'd have to look at the buffer. I need to build the buffer really. Be able to cut it out at a later point though. Is your mum still there helping out? Obviously not with the feeding. Or is your mum still there with you? These aren't fully circular. But it'll be fine. There's one there. There's the other pair. I love these nippers. The nippers are the best thing. Helps so much. Have you got them on eBay or something? If you've got them on eBay, edit the title, and in your title put "just like God hands." Your title. So then you'll get people looking for God hands. Yeah, I think those little things have to come out. We'll soon see. Richard Priest, hello. Well, I am on Twitch. You will see if you go on Twitch. Because we're doing scale model work. That'd be why. And no one really cares about scale models on Twitch. So this way, you'll get your subscriptions in. Obviously, your free subscriptions on YouTube. We can grow this here. I was saying earlier on, so if I was to work with this on Twitch, then no one would be watching, and anybody who does come in to see what I'm doing will go, oh, he's working on some scale model thing, I'm not interested in that. And the next time, well, hello. And next time they decide to watch, they'll go, oh, well, it'll just be doing scale model stuff, when I'm probably not, without, looking in. So I'm keeping them separate. That's the plan. Welcome in. You see, we're just really starting. We're getting the buffers done at the moment. And then we're going to start assembling this frame. We don't even need the buffers till this page 2. But I was doing these sub-assemblies, so I thought, you know what, might as well. These are going to want a nice little sand on them, really. We don't want them to look too bad when they're together. Thankfully, this plastic's a lot softer than the Dragon plastic I was using for the RSO the other day. What have you been up to? Yeah, because I'm looking the other way now because I've flipped this camera around compared to the Twitch one, and my screen's over there. No, it's where I'm looking. I normally look into the screen. I could put myself on the left. No, it's okay. Get a bit of a knife in here, just. There's no raised edges. Now we can put a buffer on. That one. That one. Rush. What we're building. See if you can guess what I'm building. And then I'll show you. Have a look at the bits. See what you think they look like. No cheating. Looking at what the stream title is. I'll take the fun away from it. For everybody else who's still here, what's stream performance like? There's no drop frames, is there? We should be in 1080p. YouTube's still whining at me saying that keyframes aren't right. Well, seems to be fine. Second buffer done. There's the clue. These are buffers. Give you any more clues, you'll get it. Maybe if I do this, it'll help. It's not going to help, is it? Maybe not. Open that top corner. R2, he's still here. Have you escaped? Surprise me if everybody's not bored of me watching. No, it's not a tank. Look at this bit here. Close to a tank. Very close to a tank. But at the same time not. Big train. No, it's not got a. It doesn't have a cannon on it. Just a big train. It will have a flat cannon on the back. Like an anti-air gun. Because I think if I don't put the AA on, it just looks like a train. But if I put the AA on, it looks like a World War II military train, which is what it is. It's in 1/35th scale, so it's huge. So if I show you this sprue here, where did I put it? The big sprue. Big sprue. Yeah, this one will give you an idea of scale. Boiler, and this is also boiler, so that will stick onto here. And then there's the cab on the back. So it's big. It'll be 2 foot or so. Less than, probably. 1.5. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Well, it is the centerpiece for that army. So you'd hope it'd be quite big. Nope, I'm going to put enough glue in here. We have not. Three, 4 buffers done. Those bits are done. We can now start on here. So let's clean these rails up. Go Sue! How are you doing? How's them eyes? Did they get you sorted out? Yes. Well, at least they're getting you them sorted. Did they give you a time frame? By the way, I don't have alerts on. So if anybody's like, subscribe. take it you're going to start off with the contacts and then consider surgery as an option. Can they fix astigmatism with surgery? Could you get like a 2-for-1? There are a few. Thingies. It's a flash to clean up. There's one. You did? Well, you didn't hear just now. I do have an operation on Monday, but we're talking about Gosu's eyes. In your mum, Gosu. Listen, I've been on the internet longer than you, Gosu. I'm alright, so I'm booked in for a minor op. Well, Gosu's in America. Yep, that rail's nice. We should probably put the lid on this. We don't evaporate all our glue. I think as soon as we get these cross beams in, it'll start to look more like a train, and then I think it's good because it builds off that. Obviously, but it'd be nice. Because these should go together like that, and then we'll have all the bits in place. Yeah, it's one of the weird things about when I was in America, the amount of adverts for medical stuff. Oh, I forgot one was Monday. Up here. Nice. What about here? It's crazy running your health service as a business for profit. It really is. It's why there's so many adverts for medical shit on the thingy. They're always ask your doctor or you ask your GP about such and such. No, GP knows what's best, or it should know what's best. There's one there I missed out. Still there in the centre. I'm looking, I can see there's a lump here where it is. No. I think we're good. There's some scratches on there, which must be from the sprues. Not bad. You're right. Well, when you spend the money on them, you've got to do it right, haven't you? We need these bits now. So we need sprue G and sprue A. We have sprue A. G48s. These are both 48. Where's G? That's A. Let's get the A ones out first. Is there any A here? That's part A. A31. You one here? Yeah, the 31's there. We'll line all these up. I used to hate sanding parts and doing stuff. But you know what? There's nothing worse than when you've finished your build. Did I put that on upside down? Sort of, I did. Nothing worse than when you've finished your build. Oh, it is because it's a scale model kit. That when you look at it and you go, there's marks on there, I should have timed that up. Yeah, but you still have that, that's good when you're waiting for your stuff to arrive. Now, I was looking at the instructions and the way this was put together, and apparently it should be, it's going to roll off, this should be that way around. So I put the tongue, the connector, which I'm not probably going to say the end of it, it's got two ejector pin marks on it that I don't like. But I don't like them. Yeah, you still have the whole waiting for your kit to arrive in the mail thing, which is bad. I don't know whether I'm going to take this. I don't really want to take this apart. I want to do a bit more sanding on it. We'll see. Yeah, we could just put a little bit of putty on while we're doing this. Let's just take a little bit of putty on. back on that. Let's take the lid off here. Yeah, our glue is just smoothing that putty a little bit. We'll leave that now. Is there anybody on the Twitch, or is everybody managing to pay attention? Ken's there. Ken, you need to go on YouTube. Not allowed. Against terms of service. We've all explained. There is method to the madness. I was just looking, Ken's in there talking to himself, no lad. He doesn't understand. There's a bit of a seam on here, I'm just getting rid of that. This is our central axle, I think. Words? I'm saying words now. Why do I need to say words? What are you doing? I know I can be heard on Twitch. It's not supposed to, but I don't know how to make it stop. So having chat on there anyway, so people know stuff's going on. It'll be fine. Right, now one of those needs to go there before I forget which one it is. They're probably all the same, however. So we have that one. And we have that part. That can be sanded now. I think that should be a strong blue. There is a gap in there. I'm tempted to put more stuff in it. A little ledge on the other side, but I don't think I need to worry about that. Put that there for now. nice smooth bit of putty on that side. We now brush in the glue. Gonna go for a while. Lap's about to die. Might catch you on the stream if you get back in time. No worries. You take care. Thank you for being here. Right then, so we definitely need these other parts. So it's all on the G sprue, and I can see them here. It's all these squares. So G48. Are you all 48s? No, those are 28s. What do we want? 48? There's no... Do we have different numbers on the sprues? Because those are definitely the parts. That's F. I hope I was looking at the right sprue. F28. It's here, and here, and here, and here. So we do need those. Twenty-eight. There's one. There, 2. 3. Oh! So we've also got G51, 51, 51, and we've got more F28s, which is on the other. What time we're on? We're on plenty of time, an hour. We should get those bits dry, possibly in that time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we definitely need that G sprue, so those are both F. And that is A. That's M, and that's M. So where did the G sprue go? Can we even get the G sprue out? See? We did it, you see, it's this one. With the weird things on. No, it's not. That's the Q sprue. Oh, Nick, I'm going to start getting your act together with you, Nick. Bits and bobs. G. So G has these cylinders. What we want, rollers. I think we want rollers. The G51. Here they are. How many of these is there? 1. 2. 3. So there's another G sprue, but while we're here, we also need 48. And then 51. Stay in one more 51. And there is a C41 there as well. So put that over here. Might need it. What do you do? What's everyone up to then? You're just chilling out. Now it's the weekend has begun. We all migrated back over to Twitch. Let's clean this back up. This one, it's about as big as a one of the sprues for the stomper. The stomper sprues are about this big. I think it's about the size of the sprues. Because if you think about it, that's like the maximum size of one of the injection machines. So when these are in the machine, they're like that. As one whole big massive thing. Well, these ones won't because they're the same. So that obviously goes with that, but there'd be another sprue here, the same size next to it, and they cut them off. See, there's all sorts of injector marks on the back of here. It isn't ideal. I don't want to be filling every single bit on the entire kit. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss it. We'll have a think about it. Probably never going to see it. It's going to be underneath the undercarriage. That's what I'm thinking at the moment in my head. I'm thinking, okay, cleaning these up. We're not going to see that. Especially if I flip it the other way. So it points backwards, maybe. So these go. That just pushed it in. So we've still got bits that are going to need drying, the putty, which I think it takes, ideally, I think it's about 4 hours. It doesn't say. Oh, I buggered that up. Fucked everything everywhere. Neatly laid everything out and then smacked the bloody frame railing to it. I'm pretty sure some of these ones are different. Some have got keyed on them, which are on the front. Yeah, it would be nice to get to the buffer bar. I don't think we're going to get that far. Let's do a bit of a dry fit on this side. So that's goes upwards and that'll sit in. Gosh. Ah. Come on, you bugger. No. What are you looking at? What is off screen that you spotted that you like the look of? Come on. It ain't me. Time to pack it in. Just behave. Right. Well, no then. There's nothing you could be looking at. Where is your focal plane currently set? It's here. There's nothing there for you to look at. Literally nothing there. This locks doesn't. I don't think it says. But it might do. I don't want to look because it'll put me off. That goes in there. Look. So if that goes in there, and this bit, the bit with the ejector marks in, which I wasn't keen on, that goes in there. That's a big old hole. It must go somewhere else. Just go in there. I want to put these marks on the inside. I want to give them a little bit of a sound. I'm doing it on the big side. It might say somewhere. But it's going to be a brilliant thing to paint. I'm just going to basically do it all in black. So no, I don't think the manual focus ring is going to do much either. It nearly got me and then gave up. You know what, let's just stick some putty on it and I'll be happy because I won't have to worry about us seeing it. I want to get the lacquer thinner out here rather than the glue. Because it's going everywhere. Lacquer thinner. Brake cleaner, good evening. How goes it? I know, the fucker won't. It's decided it just wants to do whatever it wants to do. We've been trying. And we're currently just making an absolute mess. That's the current happenings. Welcome back. Get it sorted out. I think it's finger time. So the reason why we're on here, frankly, now, for anybody else who is here and maybe wondering why we're streaming here, is because people don't care about scale modeling on Twitch. That's all. So we're doing it over here and seeing what happens. That needs to go somewhere and dry. Okay. Touched. You've done a fair bit of putty work today. You put this on here, that needs sanded back. The other side will be alright when I get a bit of sanding done on it. Did they tell you to knock a couple of lights off, Ghosty? That's the front. We got that side in place. I can probably... do we risk it? Gently risk it. Why is your vision blurry? Yeah, it won't blummin' behave. I don't know why it's not. I can't even manually press the button. It's been fine for ages, and for some reason it's decided it wants to focus in on some unknown element that's somewhere around here, and there's nothing for it to even see around there. It can't be hitting that, surely. Well, it might be. Do I need to do this? I did change the camera, so it's probably looking somewhere completely different from where he wants to see something. And the flip out screen is somewhere. I wonder if there's a... Now it's closer to me. I can put it on manual mode and leave it. I just need to see where... Focuses. That'll do. That's a bit better. So we've sanded that nicely. That's okay. Top's okay. The back's okay. That can be slid into position, which I think goes in here somewhere. Like that. Strange, because there's an open section in the side, which means I do want to make sure that those sides are clean. These ones in here that I skipped over. Let's find an angle. I thought they'd be hidden. And they might be visible. I'm going to flip through the instructions shortly and just see what's coming up. It's alright, we can get the two of it then. There we go, that's nice and clean and tidy. So that can get glued in now, I think. Let's get it in. Working almost backwards here. This is... Oh no, we're alright. We're doing this side, but I'm taking bits from the other side. Myself confused. I'm going to put a clamp on this. A different clamp. One of these. Just gently, there's no force there. Like our other side. Get these in place. Now I don't think I need to read too much about these, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3 on each one. That's the back, that's the front. So these can go in now. We'll put them all in and then we'll glue them all. 1, 2, it's bent, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a drop. Now that won't work in the chat unless you go to Twitch and do it. There's a knob I need to take off. Again, we need to get some new glue before we do much else. Probably in time for next week. We're getting close to the point where I can put these halves together now, though, so that's good. There's only that one weird bit to really worry about. So front, back, front, back. You can't see too far back here, but there's not much. Literally, that's it. So these rollers, which are all different sizes. So this one goes in the front way. That'll be in here. That's the one that's keyed. Let's get some glue in there and glue that bugger in. One. So 51, a 31. So this the next one is a small one. Is what we're saying. These must coincide with the size of the wheels that are on. Did I not sand that one? Okay, all right. Large one in here. Which doesn't want to go in. Why do you not want to go in? We hadn't pushed it properly. This one we didn't deal with the line properly either. So this bit's not going to be dried properly, but I'm just going to put it in now. Clean up that side. Yeah, it's not particularly dry. That's where it was. Right, so let's unclamp that. I'm about to put the body halves together. I think we're like that. All these little holes in here, I'm not even going to bother looking at. Injector points inside those frame rails. You go back to spraying the blood angels you primed. It's pretty good. I like it. It's there's a lot of flash in it. I say a lot. It's not a lot. There's just a little bit. Just got to make sure it's all lined up properly. That wants to push down on there for some reason. I don't want it to. No, not good. I'm liking that clamp. Yeah, let's get back to these bits. Yeah, get yourself some clamps. I got these big tall clamps, these black ones, for working on the London bus. But I got a feeling they're going to be quite handy in this project. I'm gonna need another big clamp. How many big clamps do I need? Two were straight. Yeah, that's the main frame as it sits. But obviously there's a tender to go on the back. That's every part page 1 done, and we have built the buffers. All 4 of those are built. Next, page 2 goes on about the front buffer bar. It's down here. And then we've got all the leaf springs and suspension parts. And there's a cover over that back bit I didn't like. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, it's 19 bits. Let's just have a little look onwards to see where it takes us. Oh, it suddenly starts getting all fancy look. So we're already going from literally not much, where we're at the moment, to page 3. And page 3 is all the support beams for the tank. And the axles, these must be for the... They're not even the axles for the main wheels. They're for like connection rods. We've got brake systems here. One of the things which I do know about this kit is that these tank supports here, the holes for those to go into are too deep, so when the tank gets sat on top of it, there's a gap. So I have some thin 1mm plastic card. I'll put a little bit of those in there. Now, some people have said you can, when you're mating these together, if you don't stick these in, you can just lift them up a little bit. I'm going to look ahead to see where the tank actually starts getting stuck on, because we're on all the steam piston bits here. Section for the front bogie, cab, more cab and more cab. The firebox is here. Then it's boiler to firebox. Detailing that. So there's not much in these sections. So although it's a big book, I think a lot of it, that's where that goes down. Right. So we can. What I can do is these supports here, these two in particular, I think they are. If I don't glue those in, there's 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't glue those in. When I make the top section to the bottom, I can lift those up. I can put glue on these sections here, lift that up so it meets the boiler. And once the boiler's attached to the running gear, it's basically the pipe work. Page 15 over here is the one where we're going to do it. Ragnar, hello there. It is indeed. This one here is where we're going to do it all with our solder rather than using our solder. Away from. We do all that with solder rather than the vinyl tubes. And the bit I'm looking forward to is coming up. Is the wheels. Getting all the wheels running. You see, like you see how complex it gets down here. I don't think there's too much of a problem to leave a couple of these injector pin marks down in there. I've got all the brake linkage to do underneath as well. So you'd never see it, and that bit's literally here, I think, hidden away. Yeah, the brake linkages, it goes the actual pistons that drive the conrods, steps, then the actual connecting rods. So like there's a lot of pages, but each page there's not a lot to do. Like page 21 or 20 is to basically assemble this little bit here. Where does it go? It goes here. That's all you're doing, that little bit. Next page, you're attaching like this section here. That's on this. Like 2 pages to basically show 1 page's work. You can get these in photo etch. These running boards. You can get them in photo etch. You can get the steps in photo etch. The cab can all be fully detailed. No, we're not doing the cab. And then what are we doing? We're detailing the underside of the running boards with some pipes. What I assume this clear orange. These must be for the oil reservoirs. I don't think it's going to have lights on it. A couple are on the front. And then it's you can choose what to do here. So there is a light. It's wartime. Wouldn't really be having a light. Smoke deflectors are optional. I need to decide whether I like these big heavy smoke deflectors. Whether we run without any. Or whether we look for the photo etch round ones. The round ones do look quite sleek. I think these are a little bit too... not great, basically. Right, and then it's tender the same way. Tender is just a box. And once we get the tender together, I need to order some scale-sized coal to go in the back. And no, I don't want a lot. I just basically, I think I want the smoke deflectors, the 2 like big wings on the front is the main one. They're really difficult to find any photo etch for this thing now. And so I don't want to go completely crazy with all the detail because I'll never get it finished. But I do want some special, like, real coal it's called. It's not real coal. To go in the hopper. And once that's done, we connect it using a pin underneath. We'll have to make our stretch of track. I don't know how much track we're going to do. Because if we're doing... This is the tricky thing. So it all depends how hard we go into this. So we're going to have an AA gun on the back of here. For definite. It's definitely going to be one of those on there. But if I just make the board big enough for the train, that means I don't have carriages. Now, with carriages, it's going to be a size. The big railway gun, which is currently down here, is the size of this again, if not a little bit bigger. So what we might do is assemble this amount of track, and I might even assemble the baseboard temporarily, like the one that comes with the kit. I'm obviously not going to glue the train to it, and the rails themselves are fine, and have it displayed just on this temporary base. I'll just spray the entire base black, and then when it gets to America, we can then consider making a long, like a big old shelf display type thing for it. The other option is you make a dual track system. So there's 2 tracks and it becomes almost a rail yard. Good night, Paulie. Thanks for being here. You take care. Tomorrow he's back on Twitch. Make a rail yard, we can have a platform on the off side of the train. And then I can put like civilian vehicles and stuff. There are scenic kits available. Because what I'd like to do is have like a truck or a tractor with a trailer that's full of coal. And then I could get a figure that's like digging, mount one on the back as though he's filling the... Because I think really they didn't like do that. They had like a big hopper that they went under and it released the coal in. But whatever they did, we can do something. It would be quite a large scale thing. It'd be about as big as one of these cutting mats though, because you've got from the edge to here you've got scenery, then you've got track, which we know is this big. You've then got potentially another track, which is yay big. Then you've got platform, and this size again, and then a fascia. It would be a bloody big thing. So we'll do this first. We'll see how we get on. But looking through the instructions, it's not too bad. I think the main problem, the main observation is it goes from that, and once you get all these bits, I'm going to cut these out and put them in a little bag. That's what we're going to do before we finish. It starts to look complex, and if you break it down, it isn't that bad. Let's make this buffer bar and take all this off. Straight enough. Straight enough for us. That wasn't glued though. Let's get that fixed. I think it didn't look quite right when I was eyeing it up. Yeah, look, that's the rough size of the actual train, but then you've got wheels and you've got the top things. It's going to be yay big, and it'll go out to here on the front, and it'll go out to here on the back. You going as well, Squid? Good night, buddy. Thanks for being here. So we need sprue A. I'm not going to bother cutting all these little bits off actually, I don't think, tonight. Although they are all just here right in front of my eyes. There's multiples, there's 9s, which where the hell's 9? these bits. They're like linkages for the brakes. No, they're not linkages. They're linkages for the. Because these swing, I think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 3 per. We're going to start cleaning these up. So let me put these clamps away because we don't need them now. And also, as will be resumed tomorrow, we'll be on Twitch doing nights. And I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the bits off. 1. 2. 3. While we're here, we can take 40s, and there is 2 on here. We're a 40. 40 and. This is weird. It goes, you can't see. I'm looking at these numbers up here. It goes F18, F18, then it goes G14, 14, 14, 14, 40, 14. And 40, 14, 40 on the back. But this says 40, this says 14. It's like they alternate. Oh, it's got nothing to say. Thing is, if I do that, then I'm not going to know what the hell, which one I'm at. How are they different? Are they different? Whereas I know all these are the same parts. So I'm not going to cut those weird bits off because I'll not know which one is which by next week. But I know that all these are the same. So we can repair these ones and we'll do the buffer bar. Get some buffers on. I don't think the back buffer is on here. So those. I don't want this. Down here. 17, 20, and 21. And they're here. 17. That's on the floor. 21. 20. Where did that bit go? I don't want to drive over it. It's there, right next to my toe. One. That's quite a detailed bit, I like that. It's starts to look like a train now. That side's okay, this side needs is on here. Side does as well. That side. There's actually a little bit of flash on there. Get it off with a knife. get these glued together. So we've got this one which goes on the top. Kind of rough edge. And again. You go this way or do you go the back way? I'm sure you go. One of you. You're definitely not that close. Just go like that then. Got a bit of a bend in it, the glue will pull that right. We have a pink clamp we can put on there as well. Well, you're alright. Are you okay? Get the buffers in, I think, in this as well. Flat on one side and globe on the other. I'm going to take these off. Get the other spit on. Then we can reclamp. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Glue in there. Clamp. In there. And I can run a little bit of glue down the back. Just to smudge everything together. There is our first buffer bar. We need a round one, and a flat one. That's another round one. It's a flat. Welcome back. You literally cannot fix the thumb without waiting for tweezers. It's too small to glue without gluing your hands to the piece. Yeah, just be careful because you'll end up getting covered in glue. You can get super glue accelerator as well, which basically means you could put glue on the thumb, you could put glue on the hand, you could put accelerator, like this stuff, on the thumb, and then literally as soon as it touches the hand, it would stick. So you would make sure you get your angle right and just go, and it'd be done. So that goes that way, and this side is the globe, which is this one. That goes with the thing inwards, so it must be the other globe. Unless I built these incorrectly. Because there's pins and they all go the same direction. I might have put these all on the wrong. It's not a big deal. I can just, rather than have it like so, the way it goes, I'll just cut the tab off the inside and spin it over. Yeah, super accelerating might be handy. I think I saw them. But like the metal obliterator is like the worst models the world has ever seen. I think they were bad when they were released. Yeah, so that's got the flat on the bottom. That's the same way, the flat on the bottom. I want to cut these out. So now, that goes like that. This is the flat one. And that'll go this way. Face that way. That's right, they're both on the inside. I don't know why they both face that way, but they do. Get the glue in first, and we'll arrange them in the right position. Hang on, just a moment. Now we nearly fucked it up. This is upside down. So in that case, this buffer wants to be on this side, and that wants to be on that side. And we'll save those two and put these two back into play. I was thinking, I can't have built this wrong, but I haven't. I nearly built it wrong. We nearly built it. Sorted it. You want a Tyrus box set from the same guy for a good price too. Three years ago, Heinrich will have his own shop. Okay, we have buffers now. Those ones can sit over there. So keep an eye on that, make sure they don't sag inwards. Get these bits cleaned up then. These are the linkages for suspension. Oh look, there's a bubble in there. Is it a bubble? It can't be a bubble, it must just be a really deep ejector. They've all got it. Strange. Again, it's now a rough clean-up phase, then we're going to go back in with the knife, tidy them up. I think there's too much we can do with a sanding stick in here. But a knife should be able to do this. Just make sure there's no line running down it. Hey, there might have been a cast line down it. I never know. I haven't looked at any pictures. Little bits of plastic just hanging out there.
Perfect harmony. Flowing through your body. Guide the way. Slipped away. Your body. Flowing through your body. Nothingness.
A little bit of glue will sort these curders out. They'll just melt away. And that
Perfect harmony. Flowing through your body.
bits. Oh, we're getting there. But tomorrow on stream, we're going to be working on the Imperial Knight. We'll be over on Twitch. It's the Imperial Knight. It's going to be the armigers. We've got the 3 armiger weapons. Well, we've got a lot of armiger weapons to sort out. But, we decided to repaint a load of them because they were in need of it. We got the chain weapons done. We've just got the Helverin weapons, which are some of the options to do, and the pair of melter guns. Two more. I'm looking forward to when the build starts to pick up in progress a bit, rather than just looking at a table of sprues and somebody using a knife on a tiny little bit of plastic. I actually have something interesting to say. I appreciate you all coming across there and saying hello. If anybody has done a subscription, as in a YouTube follow, YouTube sub, and I haven't seen, because my alerts aren't working. Just ignoring you. All my alerts, none of my alerts are working at the moment. What a blister on the end of my finger. Right then, first can go away. Well, we got the frame done. That's the back. That's the front. This will go on here at some point. So yeah, pretty happy with how we're getting on. We have got the back ones to do as well. I need to make sure I have little containers for these parts because I don't have a project box big enough, so I need to keep it in the big box. Next week then is going to be a case because now we know where we're going on. Next week is going to be suspension on. We've already built these. And we've built and applied that, so all that's done. So that page will be done pretty quickly. We've already cleaned the bits up for the suspension. We've just got the actual leaves to do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. That page will be done. Then it's a case of putting... That looks to be... It is more suspension, but I don't know why it's there. That was for the bogie, front bogie wheels. The brakes will get done, so we should get all this page done as well, because it doesn't look too bad. There's just a couple of little like pre-axles here. Flooring in. We might get on to 4. That'll be page 9. There's tanks to do on that. All these lower tanks. Steam tanks they must be. Yeah, I don't think we'll get onto that step yet. It'll be good once we get to this stage here. That's all the lower section done before the lines go on squeeze. Oh, hello. How you doing? So yeah, if we get that bit done, that would be good. But I don't think we will. I just need to check. Does this have front? Must have front. Front small bogey. Can't just be all big wheels, surely. I never noticed. No, yeah, it does have some little bogey wheels in the front. Yeah, so we'll get those in place. I think it's a case of it starts off very, very, very simple, and it suddenly just comes together. Totally, it's next level. Even for a scaled model kit, it's probably quite advanced. So this is 1/35th scale, so the whole thing is going to be probably from here to here when it's done. That's how big that's going to be. And we do have up here a model in the same scale we were working on, which is that big. It's different. It's not massively different, but it is a little bit different. It feels a little bit more brittle, but not in a bad way. Still workable. I say brittle. It's a lot stronger. Like I'm trying my best to break that off with my index finger, and I'm struggling. It is strong. The detail is there. The sprues are older though. The kit is an older kit, so there is a little bit of flash here and there on it. Nothing too bad though. Yeah, I'm not sure what date this came out. I think it was maybe 10-year-old kit. Yeah, he's a bit. I'll show you how big it's going to be. There's half of the main boiler. Well, there's full both sides of the boiler. This is going to be a bit of a. In fact, I'm going to cut one half bit off the sprue. I just want to see how these join together, because I will need to fill and sand these bits. So there's a little bit of flash just on this edge here. Finger literally just got rid of it. There's a bit there as well. There you go, flash gone. So these mate down the front, down the middle. So I'm going to have to. The bottom, not really worry about. But that top line, I'm going to have to make sure I clean and fill, sand and fill. We don't want to see a line down the middle of it. But yeah, it's a drain pipe, all right. Here's a plastic Pringles can. More look at this section though. This is obviously the sprue of the interior, because there's the floor, the wooden floor. That's a fair size, and there's the main control panel, and the firebox will go on there, the door. It's going to be a big interior. Part of me is thinking, is there going to be enough detail on it? Do I need to look at the photo etch for the interior? Well, there's the sprue channels aren't as heavy duty. The plastic, you're looking at 1.5 mil maybe. I can see through it into the light. I'm going to have to look at pictures to see how detailed the stock interior is before I decide, I think. Because what I don't want to do is build it all, because there's gauges here. These are all gauges. Gauges. And these all must be the associated pipe work for the interior. But I don't want to build it and then suddenly see, it's not really detailed, the interior, and I can see inside it. Now, if you look at, I'm trying to find a picture of where it looks together. There's one here. On the artist's drawing. So when it's together, there's not much of a gap between the tender and the engine. So knowing that, we'll be able to see into the driver's section, probably from the top, just so we'll get a bit of an angle, but mostly through the windows and doors. That's how it's going to look, by the way. The build. We're not doing this bottom one because balls to doing that camouflage. I want it to basically be a platform for doing weathering on. So it's going to be black and shades of black. Even this, you can do more like this, but all the undercarriage will be also black. Now, you might be just thinking black, you're not going to see, it's just going to be boring black. But no, I have a load of different blacks and greys and stuff to put on. And then there'll be like pigmented soot from the top, and there'll be white from where the water's evaporated and stuff. And a little bit of corrosion around these copper pipes, but not much. But it's going to be blacked out because the locomotives were our locomotives in the UK, this is German, were blacked out But all the like the bright green locomotives and everything were all painted black. Trumpeter, yeah. That's just saying what colours they used on the top, but Trumpeter are a Chinese manufacturer. I'll show you the box in a second to get a good old look. If I can grab it. HEB. Like that is pretty much how we're going to do it. So all black. I'm still not convinced whether I'm going to use the smoke deflectors. And when I keep saying smoke deflectors, it's these. These are smoke deflectors. They don't need to be on. So these are the ones that come in the kit, the wooden slats. So we can either have it with the wooden slats on either side. We can either take it off, so it's just straight all the way along, more classical look. Or there's photo etch where instead of it being like this, they basically mirror the shape of the boiler, and then they're much thinner. They go across here. I quite like the look of those, but I don't know yet. And also on the back of the tender over here, hard to see, but where that flattens off, there's going to be an AA gun. It's model pictures on this side. I wouldn't say significantly cheaper for this, but things like this is a lot cheaper. This is less than 20 quid and you get a full-on AA gun. You don't get the crew, you just get this and you get a trailer. If you want the trailer, we're not doing a trailer. We don't need a trailer. Got no space at the moment. So yeah, that's going to be us for today. We've got that bit done, we've got the buffer bar in place, we've got the other buffers done, and we've got these bits cleaned up here. So tomorrow we're back on Twitch. There's no raiding going on today. None of that business happening. I reckon it's pretty much non-existent comparatively. There's a bit of a scene in Japan. I don't even know where the stop button is for this. How do we stop this stuff? But, yeah, let me find the off buttons first. There it is. Thank you very much for being here, everybody that was here. I appreciate you coming along and saying hello. This will become a really, really good project once we get it built, because we're not going to be painting it until it's built. And then we'll be priming it all in one go, spraying it all black, modulating all the colours, doing all the weathering, and it'll look really, really cool. So thank you all for being here. You notice a commissioned painting company was set up in China recently. They got literally 1,000 plus eBay items now. Oh well, let's press the end screen button and see how that works.